Three, two, one. What is up, everybody? And welcome back to Zachary Reality. It is Zachary Reality, and we are here and we are live back on my channel. I am so sorry about keeping you guys a little late today. I was on a little bit late. I was originally going to do this at 9, then it became 10, and now we're here at 10:08. I have been having a little bit of trouble waking up, just like the past 2 days, like literally just the past 2 days, where I wake up, make a video, send an email, and then go back to sleep. So yeah, you can't train your body to do that. I've been stuck in that mode before. I don't know if you guys have ever been like that, where you just wake up, go to sleep, wake up, go to sleep. It's like once you wake up for the first time, just get out of bed, get coffee, and get going. So I'm gonna really make sure that I start waking up because I have a very big week next week. So I will show up on time for things, right? Well, I'm here, I'm queer, and I'm ready to break down the Bachelorette Men Tell All with you guys and talk all things Bachelor Nation, Dancing with the Stars, Mom Talk, and so much fun reality TV today. But before we do that, I do want to tell you guys that I am going to TikTok headquarters tomorrow. I'm going to be hosting a live TikTok show with Carrington and Dom tomorrow at 5 p.m. PT. So if you guys are on TikTok, if you go to TikTok live at this time tomorrow, 5 p.m. PT, which is 8 p.m. ET, then I will be on live, and it's definitely worth the watch and worth the see. But I heard that it's also going to be on YouTube after, so they'll save it. So I will link it on my Instagram story before and after, so you guys can watch it, because I think it's going to be fun. You'll see me in a new environment. This will be new for me. I've never hosted a show like this before, so I hope it goes really well, and I'm really excited about it. Let's talk about the Men Tell All, and let's talk about where we're at in the show, because we started the episode off with 3 guys: Devin, Marcus, and of course, Jonathan. And I did do a few recaps on my page this week on my YouTube channel and on my TikTok. So if you guys have not heard any of my thoughts yet, you can always check those out. But I'm sure a lot of you have. But Devin was really spiraling this week. He really wanted the reassurance. He felt like he was an option. He felt like he was, what did he say? I feel like I'm wanted here, but I'm not needed here. Ooh, that was a good one and a sad one. Jenn was comforting Devin. Jenn was like, bro, what? He wanted to bring things up over fantasy suites, but he really didn't get to. And he was just telling her how much he loves her and how much he's all in. And she was holding back her feelings because there are 3 guys left. And she's not ready to say that. She's not ready to make a decision. She did tell Marcus that she was in love with him, but I feel like she only said that because Marcus was like, I'm not in love with you. And I felt like she was trying to save him to say. I don't know. We were down to the final 2, Marcus and Devin. And Jenn told Devin that she loves him. When he went to her hotel room, I thought it was a really cute moment. He really expressed, he's like, listen, I just need you to hear me out. This is how I feel. He was clearly spiraling. We saw him spiral last night's episode, the night before. He's been spiraling all week because he just wants to feel like he's the one, because he doesn't want to feel like a second option. He doesn't want to feel like he's just the stable one. And he might feel like a second option when Marcus sends himself home next week, which is what I think is going to happen. Devin might feel like, a tale as old as time on The Bachelor. Someone goes home, there's a dramatic breakup at the final 2 or 3, and then they end up with someone else. And then that doesn't always work out after the show. I don't know. I want to root for Devin and Jenn's love. And I feel like after watching that scene in the hotel in her room during the beginning of the episode last night before the Men Tell All, I really saw an emotional scene between Jenn and Devin, and I saw them really care about each other. And Jenn said, I am in love with you, you idiot. Because he can't read the cues, because Devin was being impatient and dramatic and was expecting too much from Jenn. She's not supposed to say, I love you when there's 3 guys left. Maybe 2, but I guess now it's a thing. But back in the day, you were not supposed to say I love you to anyone until there was one person. But Jenn, she has no choice but to tell these guys that she loves them. Otherwise, they're going to leave. At this point, Marcus and Devin would have left the show already if she didn't say, I'm in love with you. She has to say it because they want their feelings reciprocated. Devin, specifically, he cannot keep putting his all in if he is not getting it back. And he got it back. So he was able to stay, and Jenn was able to convince him to stay on the show. So he accepted the rose, and Marcus accepted the other rose, which means that Jonathan went home. And Jonathan his heartbreak was sad. He said, and this was a really great line, he's like, "You were perfect for me, but I wasn't perfect for you." Let that sink in. You were perfect for me. I wasn't perfect for you. Jonathan's really funny on TikTok. Go follow him, guys. Jiggity John. He has good posts. He's creative. He's going to Bachelor in Paradise. He was invited on the Men Tell All. And he honestly is funny. He's great. Like, he really has come a long way since he showed up with the bandages on night one. I personally would have loved to see Jonathan as the Bachelor over Grant. I think Grant seems like a really nice guy, a little sensitive, great family. Hakeem talked highly of him. Jenn talked highly of him, but I just feel like Jonathan was the clear answer when it came to who was going to be the next Bachelor. I mean, we were way more invested in Jonathan's love story, Jonathan's heartbreak. I feel like Jonathan is more relevant. He was more likable. He was more memorable. He was funny. He had a bigger personality. Like, I don't really know why they chose Grant. I think he seems kind of boring, and like, he seems really sensitive, and he seems like a great guy, but I just feel like Jonathan would have been a better choice. And I saw someone put this on Twitter and they were like, The Bachelor needs to stop casting irrelevant people like Grant, like Zach Shallcross, like Clayton, like Jenn. Like, pick the fan favorite. Or maybe the fan favorites don't want to do it. I don't know. But like, you're going to get your best numbers and best viewership on a season where like we love the lead and we're actually like really obsessed with the lead, and like we all are. Like, I will watch every season. I'll talk about it. I'll always love the show. That's me. But I'm saying most people, like the general pop culture public, like they don't want to see someone irrelevant be the lead. They're not going to watch it anymore. So everyone tuned in for Joey because he was so much fun to watch. People tune in for Tayshia and Caitlyn. Did you guys see that drama over the week? We could talk about that in a few. So I just feel like Jonathan should have been the Bachelor, and those are my thoughts. Grant seems great. We'll give him a chance, but it should have been Jonathan. I'm like chugging my iced coffee, guys. I can drink a whole iced coffee in like literally one sip. Like, actually. So let's talk about the Men Tell All. So we had 14 guys out there. I do not know all their names. On the left here, I don't know the guy's name. I think it was Ricky. He talked a little bit night one. Then there was Brian, Hakeem, Brett. Don't know who this guy is. Then there's Jeremy, Thomas, some random guy on the end. Then in the front, we have Sam N, Spencer, Sam M, who's hot front and center in the blue suit, Aaron, and I believe that's Dylan. So some of my thoughts are that it's a Brett summer. I absolutely love whoever said that. Like, it literally is a Brett summer. Other thoughts is that Jeremy should have been in the front. Like, was he not so lovable this season? Like, why is he not in the chair that Sam N is in? Why is he not next to Spencer? And where do they end up putting John and Grant maybe like next to Sam N or something, like there in the front? Maybe that's why. But like, I felt like Jeremy was such a king this season. I think he's the hottest guy on the show. And he should have been in the front. Also, Austin wasn't there. If you guys remember Austin, he was the guy that broke up with Jenn and sent her into a spiral, and when she thought nobody was there for her, which I thought was really interesting because I was listening to a clip that Jenn, like an interview she did with Extra TV, and she basically said that like she didn't have any spirals. Let me see if you guys can hear this.
I can't do this. I may have to back out.
I never had that breaking point.
How?
I just really trusted myself, and I trusted that I was in this journey for a reason, and I trusted that the way it was going to end was going to be my story. So no, I never had a breaking point in which I thought I was gonna have to leave or whatever it was. It never came to a boiling point like that for me.
Jen's been pretty calm. Usually we see a few meltdowns, you know, throughout a season. Colton jumping a fence. Everyone always cries. Clayton was freaking out. Like Rachel, everyone freaks out and cries when they're the lead. But Jenn kept it pretty calm, cool, and collected. And I mentioned that when I saw this interview. And then Erin, who follows me on Twitter, she was like, well, she actually did have a meltdown a little bit when Austin went home. And I'm like, all right, fine, she did. She wasn't like hysterically, but she did have a little bit of a meltdown. So Austin wasn't invited to the Men Tell All. Maybe because of the way that his breakup was with Jenn, they want to paint her in a good light. Like, he wasn't really in the drama, so maybe he was like irrelevant to things. But I know he was mentioned, and that a lot of the girls on TikTok really thought he was hot. So I felt like he should have been there. Some other thoughts on the Men Tell All is that Aaron was so annoying. So annoying that his own brother Noah couldn't even defend him or have his back. Aaron left the show saying that there are some guys that are not here for the right reasons, and it's up to Jenn to figure it out. He got a lot of backlash online for it. I gave him some backlash. I thought it was a really shitty way to leave, and so did Jenn felt that way, and a lot of guys felt that way too. Aaron said that at that point, him and Jenn kind of knew that they were just friends, or at least that's what he felt, and he did get that opportunity to fly or in the Navy or whatever, the Army. He got a cool opportunity. He's going to make money. He wants to do that. Great. But he really shouldn't have left the show the way he did. So everybody asked him, they're like, Aaron, like, who were you talking about? And he said he was talking about Devin, which he thought Devin, saw the show as a game. Well, Devin is in the final 2, and where are you? Where are you? Desperate for a spot on Bachelor in Paradise? Your own brother can't even defend you? Eat your words. And then he tried to come for Spencer, which did not go over well. Hakeem was pissed. Spencer was pissed. And I felt like Spencer was totally ready for an engagement. Spencer was like one of the best guys and the most mature, normal guys on the show. Like, why is Aaron coming for Spencer? Like, what? I guess he's allowed to have an opinion. And then he said Sam N, which I agree with. And Sam N, the guy in the end with the black leather jacket, literally no thoughts. Like, 0 thoughts, actually didn't pay attention when he was speaking. So I have no idea what he said. I don't even know his drama. I just thought it was so unimportant. I couldn't even pay attention. So I felt like Aaron really dug himself into a hole. And his brother Noah was like, we were in the womb together. I love you, but like you were wrong with the book. And for Aaron to be like, well, I didn't realize my brother did this book when they gave it to me. Like, obviously the producers gave him the book and told him to do that. So maybe he didn't realize. But Aaron was just such a flop. And I hope that he gets better on Paradise, but I don't think he will. I mean, it's a year from now. That's a long time. And I feel like some people you love to hate when they're on The Bachelorette, and then you kind of love them on Paradise, right? Like, there are people who get redemption stories on Bachelor in Paradise, and we look at them differently. So I do think that Aaron should go to Paradise. I would like to see Sam M in Paradise, even though I'm not a fan. It's a Brett Summer in Paradise, Jonathan for Paradise, Jeremy for Paradise, Austin for Paradise, Spencer for Paradise, Hakeem, maybe Thomas, and just because he can show some drama, even though he was kind of a flop. And that's really it. We really don't need any of those other relevant guys because we will have another season of The Bachelorette to choose from for Paradise next year. There'll be 2 seasons that are recent, and then maybe they'll bring back old people. So we don't need to put everyone there. I think that was kind of like the issue with Paradise last year, is that they just like will cast anyone. Like, we just want like people who are actually going to like make a splash on the show, So, oh yeah, also I wanted to talk about Noah and Abigail for a second. So Abigail has a new book coming out. It's called The Deaf Girl, I believe. I am going to order it. I'm going to actually reach out to her publicist and see if I can interview her about her book. I'm so excited to read it. I am excited for her wedding content. Her and Noah are getting married in 2 months. I just listened to them on the Trading Secrets podcast, and they gave a really great interview. And I really like them as a couple. I really like Abigail specifically. I just think she's such a sweetheart, and she's overcome so much. And like, I just can't help but root for her always. So Noah and Abigail, I'm glad that they were there in the audience being super cute. Other people that were there were Ivan from Noah's season, and also Charity and Dotun were there. And they got another trip to Greece. Another trip. I almost rolled my eyes. And I love Charity. You guys know I'm friendly with Charity. But like, I get it, right? So they went to Greece, and like, because they won a trip to Greece after the final rose, which sometimes they do that. Nate and Michelle, they got like $200,000 for a down payment on a house, and didn't they have to like give that money back because they broke up too soon? So you really got to stay together. So I think that The Bachelor is really just happy that Charity and Dotun have stayed together this long, and they are representing a happy, in love Black couple on Bachelor Nation. And when they first went to Greece the first time, Dotun was sick. He had the flu. So now they are going back to Greece again, and he won't have the flu this time. So that's really nice of Bachelor Nation to send them there. They deserve it. And I mean, Charity is so much fun. I love her. She's great. Molly is someone who's made multiple appearances on The Bachelor this season. I think she's made 2. Her and Jason co-hosted that podcast group date together. And then she came to Hawaii in the finale to give Jenn some really good advice. Molly was, do you guys remember? She was on Jason Mesnick's season. So this was the season before I started watching. I started Jake Pavelka's season. So I only knew a little bit about Jason's because people were still talking about it a little bit at the time. So basically, Jason chose Melissa and then went back to his runner-up, Molly. And then him and Molly are still together. They have multiple kids. Melissa was pissed about it, but then she ended up going on Dancing with the Stars, which we are going to talk about today, very soon, and ended up having a good career. Everybody moved on, and now Molly and Jason, they still count as a happy Bachelor Nation couple, but it's still the same thing as Lauren and Ari. Ari proposed to Becca and then quickly got back with Lauren. We've never seen that before with the girls. And if we have, correct me. And that's what the twist could be. What's never happened before. We've seen that with the guys a few times. Even Peter, he proposed to Maddie, or not proposed, and then I think he proposed to Hannah Ann, and then got back to Maddie. So we've never seen that with the girl. Have we ever seen the girl go back to her runner-up? I don't think so. We almost saw that with Hannah and Tyler, but I think that could be some of the twist. Maybe she breaks up with Devin to be with Marcus, and then Marcus breaks up with her, and then she goes back to Devin. There is a twist at the end of this season of The Bachelorette. A lot of people think Jenn might be proposing. She could propose. Could she? I mean, I don't think she's going to. I think that'd be weird for her. But I just did a TikTok about this where Miles Teller, his girlfriend, just proposed, his wife. I'll tell you in a second, but listen to this interview clip from Jenn with Extra TV.
Okay, well, that's enough.
I won't speak to love, but I am very, very happy in the way everything played out, and I'm just very excited for everyone to watch it.
We got to talk about the new Bachelor who was just You said you gave some really kind words to him.
So Jenn says she can't speak about love. She might be single. That could be the thing, that she's single. Okay, Miles Teller gets a surprise proposal and dream boat from wife Kelly Teller, Keelie Tenner for their 5th anniversary. So women are proposing to men. Becca Kufrin proposed to Thomas. I mean, Becca Kufrin was engaged to Ari and Garrett. It didn't work out from the show. So she wanted her 3rd proposal and her final proposal to be different. So women are proposing to men. I am not against women proposing to men. Like, why would I care what people do in their relationship? You know, like, you do what makes you happy. Do I think it's a little strange? Sure. But like, I don't care. Like, if Jenn or whoever wants to propose to their partner, like, go for it, do it. It's your life. So I just, you know, do whatever makes you happy. But I just don't think that Jenn's going to do that, like, at all. Kim tuning in live says, the Men Tell All was amazing. Loved every minute. Thanks for your great podcast. I just don't see a strong enough connection with Jenn and the 2 guys that are left. I hope she finds love. I think Jenn's single too, guys. I think she's been giving single on social media for a very long time, since her whole season, mostly. I mean, just, I feel like she's always busy going to events. She's traveling. Maybe she's like hiding her relationship if there is one, because that's what you're supposed to do when you are on the show. But I just feel like Jenn, the way she's talking about it and her demeanor is giving single to me. I don't think she's with Devin or Marcus. I think she's going to get engaged to Devin, or maybe just leave the show with Devin and they're not going to get engaged, and then they're going to break up and then they're going to end up being single. But I don't know. And honestly, I am rooting for them to be engaged because I don't want the show to not have a happy ending. I don't want that. I'd rather be wrong and get a happy ending than be right and have you guys be like, and then they're not happy. You know, like, I hope that they're still together, Devin and Jenn, but I don't think they are. Like, I really don't. All the clues, the DM I got, and just the vibes. Brand says, do you think they'll ever discuss the allegations against Marcus? I do not think they will discuss the allegations against Marcus that are on Reddit. I don't think they're going to discuss that on the finale. I do think they're going to discuss the dramatic breakup that will be Devin and Jenn. I mean, Marcus and Jenn on the finale. After the final rose is next week, right? The finale is next Tuesday. The finale is next Tuesday, September 3rd. So a lot of people are like, wait, what? It's on a Tuesday. Why is the finale on a Tuesday? Well, from what I had heard, it is because Monday is Labor Day, a holiday. Monday is Labor Day weekend. So they don't want to have the show on a Monday. So it's going to be on a Tuesday. Really? I would rather it be on a Monday just because I have an event on Tuesday, which I'm very excited about. I was invited to the the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. We saw 2 of these ladies show up to the Men Tell All last night. They're having an event to celebrate the new show, and there's 8 episodes dropping September 6th. I am so excited about the Mom Talk show, and I'm going to that event next Tuesday, so I will get so much content for you guys. I'm going to interview the girls, and that event's at 5:30, so I'll be home by 8 to watch it on Pacific Coast time next week, but I won't be able to like stay in the know and commentate while it's airing on East Coast, like sometimes I usually am. But I probably will do something, even at the event, like react to the engagement, but I won't be able to watch it until West Coast. So you'll have to come back to my page next Wednesday to like really get all of my thoughts and talk about it. But I have a lot of exciting things. Next week, I have like a couple carpets, a couple events, and I'm just really, really excited about it. I have a lot of exciting work, and I can't wait to show you guys all of it. All of it. Other big Bachelor Nation news. I mean, do you want to talk about Sam M? I know that's like why half of us are here, but like, I just like don't even want to talk about him. He was annoying last night. I don't think he's a bad person. I think Jenn read him to filth pretty well. I felt like she could have done better. She wasn't that harsh. I felt like none of the guys really ganged up on him. I felt like Aaron maybe got a little bit more shit. Also, it would have been interesting if Devin was there because he was involved in the drama with Sam M a lot. I hate what they never do this on the show, but whenever there is drama between a contestant and the lead is in the finals, so they don't come unless it's Courtney Robertson and she's coming out, they never ask them about their drama because it's like not relevant anymore. I hope that they ask Devin his take on Sam M, or I hope someone does on a podcast, because I want it to be addressed from both sides. But I think that Sam M, I think he could have taken a little bit more accountability. I don't think he's very self-aware. My friend Marcella met him and said he was sweet, like, while he was in California for the Men Tell All, but what does she know? Love you, Marcella, but like, what do you know? You haven't watched the show. I think Sam M is just a little bit of a jerk. I don't even know if he's a jerk. I think he's just like, not self-aware. And I think he just like has one way of thinking. And I just don't think he gets it. He's just not one of the girls. He's not one of the gays. And he's not one of the straight guys that like understands that the girls and gays rule, like Jeremy is. Like Jeremy made that Mean Girl reference. And I'm like, what an ally. It's like someone who gets pop culture and gets like Gen Z and gets 2024. I just feel like Sam M lives in 2010. He like, thinks he's in a fraternity. I don't know. He just is not my cup of tea. I just don't think he gets 2024. But I do like his sister, because when everyone was defending him online, I did message his sister a couple times, and I loved her. I didn't even talk to her that much. I literally sent her like 2 DMs back and forth, or maybe a few. And I just like loved how she defended him and was like, oh, I'm sorry your family doesn't defend you. I was like, period, like defend your brother. So I will only like Sam M for his sister. I think she is an icon. I don't even know what she looks like. I don't even know her name. But I really liked her. So there's that. I want Sam M to get a little bit more roasted, but I do want him to go to Paradise, and I think he's going to be in love with Sydney on Paradise. I feel like she's like a villain too, and they're going to like try and do something together. And I do think that a lot of these guys hung out with a lot of Joey's girls, because Leia, and Sydney were posting content, and I think that I'm going to remember that. So when they go to Paradise next year, if anyone's trying to fake relationships like they've done in the past, it's not going to fly. Other big Bachelor Nation news is that Susie and Justin finally announced their breakup. I knew about this for over a month. I didn't want to say anything because I just felt like it wasn't my place to speak for either of them. I was just kind of reporting on what they were saying publicly, and they both have been saying publicly the past month when asked that they were working on things privately and that they respect each other as friends. But they broke up like 2 months ago, guys. So now I can finally say it. So you can trust me, people. But,
I understand.
This is what Justin said on the Almost Famous podcast.
I understand, people are confused and want to know, and I totally respect that. Even prior to Susie and I dating, we are always on the same page about where we're at and prioritizing each other in our relationship. And it's funny because you are in this public relationship, right? But I think people lose sight of the fact that we still want to be private when we can, right? And I understand that people feel like they're owed something because, we do put our relationship, on social media and stuff like that, but we are people at the end of the day, and this stuff is hard, right? So it's not, it's not easy. But no, Susie and I, we're not together. And we are, doing our best to kind of, like I said, protect each other and keep things private, as we try to navigate what this looks like for us. So, it has not been easy. I mean, we still have a ton of love for each other. We're on great terms. We still talk and are in communication. And like I said, still prioritizing each other, ourselves, our relationship. And yeah.
I don't want to dive too deep in this because I do want to respect.
Okay, so they broke up. But they're still friends. Like, they literally are still friends. Like, Justin was commenting on her pictures. They can still make jokes. I wouldn't be surprised if they hang out again, like they're on good terms, and like, you know, it just didn't work out. And I think that they'll find happiness with other people. Do you guys know that pumpkin spice lattes are back? This is like not an ad for Starbucks. I wish. But pumpkin spice lattes are back. It's about to be fall. I am so excited. I love PSL season. It's the best season. I'm so excited for fall. I really do love the summer because I do love to swim in the pool, and I like when everyone's tan, and I like the vibes. But the cool thing about living in California is that it's still really hot here until like October, November, before we drop to like 60 degrees, which is not cold. And then I can go to Palm Springs whenever I want because it's like 2 hours away and swim in pools there. So we'll always have summer, but I'm excited for fall because fall TV, I love Halloween. I like Halloween parties. I like dressing up for Halloween. Like, Halloween is the best. But we have a lot of exciting shows coming up in the fall. So once Jenn's season ends next week, we have The Golden Bachelorette, which is going to premiere, which I'm honestly like, can we have a break? But I'm more excited for Dancing with the Stars. That is going to be fun. I can't wait to hear the announcement, the cast. Rumor has it that Joey is going to be on the next season. I do think that's true. And then this other guy, Robert Irwin, people have been saying that he might be on the season. The Olympian, Steven something, it's all on my TikTok, but like, he's going to be on the show. And I also heard there was going to be a smaller cast. This guy, I don't know who he is, but he's in talks to be on the show. There's also going to be a smaller cast allegedly this year. I saw from Kirsten Burt on Twitter that they might only cast 11 celebrities, and usually there's 14. I don't know. So I just went to an event on Sunday for Daniela. She was one of the pro dancers on the show. It was like a dainty event, and I saw Julianne Hough. I saw Riley. Riley's definitely going to be on the next season. We're manifesting a hot partner for her, a single partner, someone that she can really like win with, that's going to kill it with her. Alan was there too, so I definitely think he'll be on the show next season. And I think it'll be a great cast and like really fun to follow. Everyone loves Dancing with the Stars. So I'm really looking forward to it. I hope I can get to go back to the ballroom a couple times this year, like I went last year, which would be really super fun and great. I'm excited about the Real Housewives of New York. I'm excited about Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. And I'm watching The Anonymous every single week. So I'm doing interviews on my page. So if you guys want to check that out. And also Claim to Fame, the finale is tonight. So it's a 2-hour finale. And there's 4 people left: Mackenzie, Sean, Adam, who looked like he was bleeding in the teaser, so that's scary, and then Hud. I'm rooting for Mackenzie to win, but I kind of feel like Shane is going to win. I don't think, maybe Hud though. But I will definitely be watching and reacting to the Claim to Fame finale tonight. If you guys are still watching that, I'm actually going to email the publicist and see if I can get anyone to interview for tomorrow. I probably should have done that a couple days ago. So we'll see if anyone is around. Other than that, yes, I do want to remind you again about the TikTok show that I am doing tomorrow at 5 p.m. Pacific Coast time. If you go to TikTok Live, I'll post the link on my Instagram story, on my TikTok. And it'll also be available on YouTube. So if you missed this live, it'll be on YouTube, and I will link it and show you exactly where to watch it. But it's just going to be really fun for you guys to watch me and for me to be on like some different type of show. And I think it'll be really cool and fun. And hopefully I do really well. I am on there with 2 guys, but I think Carrington's gay. I have no idea who he is. So, you know, I want to make sure I can like engage in the convo, but I do know Dom a little bit, so he's chill. So we'll see the vibes. I'm going to come in there confident. I'm going to dress cute. I'm going to look cute. And I'm going to do my best. You know, that's all you could do. Thank you guys so much for watching my video, my Men Tell All recap, my fantasies recap, all of my updates on the shows, on the things. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up before you go. Please hit subscribe if you have not hit subscribe already. Really appreciate all the subscriptions. You guys can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Zachary Reality. And if you want to follow me on Snapchat, I do have a public Snapchat story where I just post more about my day and my life, and it's kind of fun to watch. It is Zach, so ZACHWEINB, if you want to follow me on Snapchat, because sometimes I link things on there and like, I don't know, it's just like the most intimate life of me. So feel free to follow me on Snapchat if you guys want. All right, well, that's all we have for today. I wanted to go for 30 minutes and we just hit the 30-minute dot. So I am gonna head out of here and get on with my day, but I will chat with you guys very, very soon. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.